Welcome back to my Construction Zone living room. So I just finished reading last night Ashes by Ilse J. Bick. Yep, that's her name. And I'm really, honestly, not really sure what kind of rating I want to give this. I'm quite confused on how I feel about it. Because at first I thought maybe 3 stars. So to me, a 3-star book is a book that I either liked but didn't think was really anything like special or something that blew me away, but something that I definitely enjoyed. Or a book that I for the most part enjoyed but definitely had problems with. Those are my 2 usually reasons for rating a book 3 stars. And this book wasn't so much that I had problems with it, it was that the first half was really good and the second half was really boring. So I'm not sure how I would rate that. I don't know, because half of it was good, but half of it, in my opinion, was not. I don't know. It was like reading 2 different books, honestly. I actually saw on Goodreads a review for this from someone, I don't know who it was, but they actually reviewed it in 2 parts. They did a review for the first half, and they did a review for the second half, which yeah, anyway, I'll just get into the review now. So, Ashes is about a girl who is going somewhere to do something, but you don't find out what it is until like the very end of the book, which is silly because it's nothing important whatsoever. They just feel like leaving you in the dark about what she's doing for some reason until the end. But anyway, so she's doing something. And then all of a sudden, something happens, and people die, and electronics stop working, and then all of a sudden a lot of teenagers are eating people. They're not dead, they're just acting like zombies even though they're alive. They want to eat people. So she meets a little girl and a boy a bit older than her, and they team up together to try and survive, and that's the part that was good. But then I can't really tell you what happens in the second half because it's all the way in the second half of the book and that would like spoil stuff. But the second half completely changes directions. 150% different story completely, not even really about the same thing. It has completely different atmosphere, different setting, different feeling, and it has like a whole crap ton of characters, and I got all of them confused. I had no idea who was who and who was old and who was young anymore. I didn't know who anyone was, because there were so many characters and no one really had a lot of like screen time or book time or whatever you want to call it. They were all like pretty side type characters, and they were all just kind of like, oh, and then this person was here, and then this person was here, and then this person was here, and I don't know who anyone is now. And then the last like 30 pages got really good again, and it ended on a really cool cliffhanger. So I want to read the second one, and I have the second one. I don't want to read it right now. But I feel like maybe the second one will not be boring because of the way this one ended, but again, I don't know. Some other things that I didn't like about it was, well, the fact that at the beginning you had no idea what the main character Alex was doing. It's like the book started off in the middle of a conversation, and it was just, oh, I'm gonna leave, and are you sure? Like, can you really do this because you have cancer? And then she was like, yes, I need to do this. I'll be gone for a week. But you don't know what she's doing. Like, can you please tell me? Tell me, please. Not at the end of the book, either. Also, page 7, okay? During this conversation that you get to be a part of halfway through, it says, it's not your competence I question. Make a fire, live off the land, build a house out of twigs and chewing gum, so like your father. If the bloody zombies attack, you're set. So that makes me think this is going to be a book about zombies, and that they're worried about her leaving and being gone for a week because there's zombies out there. But there are no zombies. And because of that sentence, I kept thinking that they were living in a zombie, like, apocalypse world. And so I thought she was going out into the wilderness in a zombie world, and nothing was happening that was making me convinced that it was a zombie world, and I was just confused, and I was like, I thought there were zombies. Why is she acting this way when there's zombies? And why is she just like out in the open where zombies can get her? But there were no zombies. That was just a random little, maybe a sarcastic comment that you don't know is sarcastic because, again, you start in the middle of a conversation and you don't know exactly what they're talking about. So because it came in the middle of the conversation and I didn't know what they were talking about, and then they randomly threw in a line about zombies, I thought they were talking about zombies. But apparently not. So that frustrated the crap out of me. But then what I did like about it was, I did like the main character. I thought she was actually pretty cool, and she was a pretty strong character, and what I really liked about it was this was written in the third person, but I kept forgetting that it was written in the third person, and I kept thinking it was written in the first person, because it goes into her thoughts so deeply, and anytime it said Alex instead of I was like, oh yeah, she's not actually telling the story. It was a really, really well done third person narrative, I thought. Yeah, that was great, and I did enjoy the writing. I liked the writing. It was well written. That just the story took a turn that I was not expecting and I didn't enjoy. So, I don't know. I don't know at all. What kind of rating would you give a book where you like the first half but you don't like the second half? Like, I don't even